how's it going, friends? Thank you for tuning into VR Revelations. Welcome. Please make sure you give this video a like and make sure you subscribe for future coverage. Also, if you want to support the channel, check out the links down below. So let's jump right into it here. We have huge news. It is April 24th, the year of our Lord 2023, and the biggest news host on national television for the conservative Fox News, Tucker Carlson, was just fired. And this is enormous news. Nobody was expecting this. It looks like Tucker Carlson wasn't even expecting this. And, this is going to change, the news scene, the propaganda scene. It's going to get crazy. And I'm sure Tucker Carlson is going to continue to speak his mind, whether it's through radio, podcast, or, another contract with another news network. However, I think that's very unlikely. This is definitely going to have repercussions, and I don't think it's going to be in a good way. But anyways, let's go ahead and take a look at some numbers just so we can get an idea of how big of a deal this was, and then we'll read an article here covering the firing here by Vanity Fair. So this Forbes article here, now this was from February 14th of this year, so just about a month ago. This is a report from Forbes magazine on the numbers that Tucker Carlson was putting up, essentially. If you can imagine this in sports terms or whatever, this was like the actor at the top of his game, like the sports star at the top of his game. And even up until today, that was still true, right? So it's pretty incredible that Fox News actually went through with this decision. And we have, of course, a lot of speculation as to what the reason was. And I'm sure we will find out here pretty soon. But Forbes says, with 3.5 million viewers, Tucker Carlson has the week's highest rated cable news show. Now, remember, this was in February 14th. Fox News Channel host Tucker Carlson drew an audience of 3.4 million viewers last week, making Tucker Carlson tonight the highest rated show in cable news for the week ending February 12th. Carlson's show also delivered 490,000 viewers ages 25 through 54, the demographic group most valued by national advertisers. So a lot of the conservative advertisers were seeking to have their commercials during Tucker Carlson's show, so that means he was making Fox News a lot of money, so very, very valuable. Carlson helped propel Fox News to its 104th consecutive weekly ratings victory. Wow. Carlson helped propel Fox News to its 104th consecutive weekly ratings victory. So 104 weeks of being the highest rated show, the highest rated news show on television, beating CNN and MSNBC for 104 weeks. That's a slaughter. With an average primetime audience of 2.5 million viewers and 359,000 viewers in the key demographic. Fox News Channel also won the week for total day ratings, 6 a.m. to 6 a.m., with an average total audience of 1.54 million viewers and 205,000 viewers in the key demographic. So, as we can see, Tucker Carlson was highly valuable for Fox News. So essentially, this firing was like eliminating their best player, right? And the best player didn't really have a clue, apparently. So Vanity Fair here reporting on the news says, the media world was blindsided by news that Tucker Carlson and Fox News would be parting ways. So was Carlson. On Monday morning, Fox News CEO Suzanne Scott called Carlson and informed him he was being taken off air. So the CEO of Fox News, Suzanne Scott, let's go ahead and give it a quick Google here, guys. I'm sure we all want to know what this woman looks like. You can see my history there, a lot of Bakhmut, huh? Okay, come on, Google. So there she is, guys. That is the CEO of Fox News. Apparently, she is the one that gave Tucker Carlson the news, and she definitely, I mean, I don't know anything about her, but she looks like she has a face like she would want to actually fire Tucker Carlson. So, but I'm not saying that's true, right? Yeah, that's the wrong article. Let's get back to Vanity Fair. So, CEO Susan Scott called Carlson and informed him he was being taken off air, so through a phone call, and his Fox News email account was shut off. Wow, so they locked him outside of the company. According to a source briefed on the conversation, Carlson was stunned by his sudden ouster from his 8 p.m. show, the most watched program in cable news last month. Carlson was in the midst of negotiating the renewal of his Fox News contract through 2029, the source said. As of last week, Carlson had told people he was expected the contract to be renewed. So he thought he was going to be there until 2029, guys. So yeah, I'm sure he's as shocked as as everybody is that's following this. Carlson has told people he doesn't know why he was terminated. According to the source, Scott refused to tell him how the decision was made. She only said that it was made from above, so from higher authority. Carlson has told people he believes his controversial show is being taken off air because the Murdoch children intended to sell Fox News at some point. The network provided few details in a Monday statement. Fox News Media and Tucker Carlson have agreed to part ways, it read. We thank him for his service to the network as a host and prior to that as a contributor. A Fox News spokesperson declined to comment beyond the press release. Carlson declined to comment. Details are emerging about Carlson's exit. The Los Angeles Times reported that Carlson's exit is related to the discrimination lawsuit filed by Abby Grossberg, which is highly unlikely, a producer fired last month, and that the decision to fire Carlson came from Fox Corp chairman Rupert Murdoch. And the Washington Post reported that, so this is all the speculation that's going on right now. And the Washington Post reported that Carlson's comments about management revealed in the defamation case brought by Dominion Voting Systems, which Fox settled last week for $787 million, $0.5 million, played a role in his departure. So there's speculation as to why he was let go. Tucker Carlson clearly said he doesn't know why, but he did sort of push back and said that, right here, here's the quote. Carlson has told people, well, not a quote, but a statement. Carlson has told people he believes his controversial show is being taken off air because the Murdoch children intended to sell Fox News at some point. Right? So this is like some Mad Men corporate madness or shifting, right? According to Tucker Carlson. But, I think it's more likely that maybe they let him go because, Rupert Murdoch, is angry that Tucker Carlson essentially couldn't keep his mouth closed when he was talking about these voting machines, these Dominion voting machines, and cost him $787 million. So that's definitely a possibility. That is a lot of money, and money talks in the end. I'm not sure how fast Tucker Carlson could have, made that money back for Fox News, but it could be a couple of years, and so they decided to make the decision to get rid of him. But we just don't know. I'm sure at some point we will get the truth. But this is definitely going to have huge consequences. Now, I'm not, as I've stated before, I'm not right-leaning or left-leaning. I'm a believer in the scriptures. I believe in the faith of Christ, in the Bible. And so that is what I try to guide my life by, not political ideologies. But as far as it concerns Tucker Carlson, I definitely noticed that, yes, it was clear to see that he was right leaning. He supported Trump. He spoke about the rigged election, and he's had other viewpoints which are obviously biased concerning the conservative ideology. But he did cover a lot of topics. He did speak about a lot of things which even most conservative news source outlets didn't really want to talk about in depth, right? And one of those main points recently was Ukraine. So, he did try and talk about the situation in Ukraine a lot more in depth. He took a look at both sides. He talked about how the United States shouldn't be there. And he's covered a lot of these topics that neither the left or the right news sources covered. And so the people that were benefiting from this, obviously, were the people that were watching him as base, which tended to be conservative, but also those that every now and then might watch one of his shows. They could sort of have this this information to come to their own decision. And the fact that you've now taken the biggest voice in news media out of that, and that biggest voice was one of the voices that would cover subjects that others didn't, it just means that the public isn't going to have that information any longer, at least not from Fox News in such a big way. I'm sure Tucker Carlson will, continue to speak his mind, but it might not get to as many people as it did, when he was with Fox News. And so this is definitely not good for society. No matter how much you disagree with news sources, news corporations, whether it's CNN and Fox News, which are essentially polar opposites, you never want to just completely silence one of those news sources. And Tucker Carlson was essentially that, right? But inside of the news corporation. So, yeah, I think it's going to be pretty obvious that Fox News ratings are going to drop. I mean, their biggest player, their star player, literally just left the team. And I think that we're not going to get a lot of the news that he covered anymore. So if you don't want to be drowned by the propaganda, you're going to have to try harder in order to filter throughout all the news and sort of reach, a somewhat a voice that's actually talking about those subjects, right? And as far as it concerns Tucker, I think that, he's probably going to go on interviews. I'm sure he'll talk a lot about this more in depth. I'm sure he'll get a lot of offers from conservative news sources, from even news sources on YouTube, which of course I'm on YouTube right now, and this is pretty much the future of where you can actually get varied news content. Even though we obviously see the censoring that takes part on a lot of these platforms. But yeah, this is definitely huge news here. And it's even more incredible that Tucker wasn't even suspicious that he would be fired. Also, on CNN, it looks like they fired Don Lemon, which is also pretty big news. But Don Lemon didn't have the numbers or the impact that Tucker Carlson had, and even for the left, Don Lemon wasn't like their top, their top news source, right, or news reporter. There's other voices that people watch, but for the conservative media, for the conservative base, Tucker Carlson was definitely like their champion, right? And so it's on a way bigger scale. But yeah, I believe Don Lemon was also caught off guard. So it just shows you that anybody can get fired, no matter how valuable you are. Under certain circumstances, you will be let go. Most of the time, it's because of money. A lot of the times, it's because of the people making decisions, and who knows what they're thinking. But yeah, definitely a very interesting drama here, and it's going to be interesting to see what happens with Fox News and Tucker Carlson. Anyways, that's going to be it for this video, guys. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down below in the comments. What you think it happened, what you think the reason was for the firing, and how you think this will impact the news we get day to day, right? And possibly society at large. So, and remember, the truth is stranger than fiction. Have a wonderful day, and God bless.